Hey there guys, it's TheRamosOnline here, bringing you a battle I had on BattleSpot. We'll talk about the intro in a later video. We're just going to focus on the battle for now. If my narration's a bit slurred, it's because I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm pretty tired, but I wanted to get something out because I haven't uploaded to my YouTube in a while. So I'm bringing in a new team. It's not my own. It is Wolf Glick's team. He's the current Boston Nationals champion, I believe. Not his exact team, pretty much is, but the Scrafty is running a different build to what he runs, mainly because he hasn't revealed his Scrafty build. He wanted to keep it a secret, so I had to kind of build my own. Duncan Knee Deep also brought this team to UK Nationals, so it's a pretty interesting team. A lot of people are giving it a try. Definitely a scary team to deal with. It's basically double trap, double perish song, as you can see here. I have Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, and I have a perish song Politoed. Now, my opponent's team is really interesting, and it's the reason why I wanted to show this battle. My opponent's team had 2 U-turners, at least. I think he also had a Volt Switcher, but he didn't actually bring it to the battle. So he actually had a lot of switch potential, which is normally what a perish trap team wants to prevent. It has, you know, the Shadow Taggers to prevent you from switching, so if you can switch out, you kind of ruin the strategy. And the Mind Shower is also in a focus, which is going to make this battle kind of hard. The Metagross can't really do much. It's at -1 now, I believe. Even Hammer Arm, even at -1, Hammer Arm's still a 2-hit KO, which is kind of surprising. But I do run Protect on my Scrafty. Oh, pardon me. I have the Lumberry instead of the Assault Vest. A lot of people assume Assault Vest on Scrafty because it's such a common item. I actually run Lumberry, so I can, I can run Protect. So here I go for my Trick Room. I'm fully expecting this Landorus to be Choice Scarved, which means even inside Trick Room, my Gengar will outspeed it. Don't have to worry about my Gengar being outspeed or anything. I do Protect here, and he does try and Hammer Arm into that slot. And he goes with the U-turn again, getting some very good damage off on my Politoed. I think that's adamant damage. It looked like adamant at least. Going back into his Mind Shower now. My opponent's definitely got the right idea, U-turning to try and keep momentum on his end. Metagross is going to go down here to the Perish Song, who's unable to switch that out. So that's basically, I'd call it a free kill, but I took a lot of damage to get that, so I'm not in the best of positions. He goes into his Landorus, and I still have my Trick Room up. So here I go to Gengar, expecting the Mind Shower to want to focus on to the Politoed. And maybe Earthquake with the Landorus. But he actually goes to the double U-turn. Tries to U-turn to the Politoed and U-turn on the Mind Shower. So I'm expecting him to be locked into that U-turn. That's what I'm really expecting here. Goes into his Politoed. So here let's go for the Mega Evolution. As I said, I assume he's going to be Choice Scarved. A lot of Landoruses are. So I go for the Mega Evolution, expecting to outspeed him. His Politoed might outspeed me first, but I should definitely outspeed the Landorus. He goes for a Scald into my Gengar slot. Unfortunately, he does get the burn. Not a big deal, because Gengar doesn't really have to stick around, especially with Metagross down. Gengar was the only thing on my team that could really properly deal with the Metagross. 2-hit KOing it with Shadow Ball, maybe even a 1-hit KO, I think. Or maybe that's the only modest set, I'm not quite sure. So here, he actually reveals the eject button on the Politoed, and he goes for Rock Slide, and he also has to spin my Gengar, which basically means he is not choiced. So I do disable him. Now this is actually going to help me a bit, because I end up disabling his Rock Slide instead of his U-turn. So I've got Encore him into that, and because I've got him trapped, he can't do anything now. That Landorus is shut down. Goes for the U-turn. Now that was the misplay that I think cost him the game. I'm spoiling it for you guys. I won the match. He keeps going for the U-turn rather than trying to get off damage. He's going for momentum, not damage. It's going to cost him because he just didn't get off enough damage when he needed it. And I'm going to be able to get up a Perish Song, and I will die to this turn's burn after that critical U-turn that the Mind Shower decided to dish out before switching back out. I say switching, and U-turned out, so, you know, same thing. So Gengar's gonna die here, but I managed to get up a Perish Song because he just wasn't getting enough damage out. And now I just fully go into Gothitelle. My Trick Room ends, not a problem. I go into Gothitelle, He can't switch out. He's got 2 Pokemon that are just helpless now. I double protect. Kind of nasty, but I want to get my Perish Song turns going. Lander is forced to struggle. My opponent can still take it back, however. There's a certain play on a certain turn where he could use to take it back, because his Encore is going to end. His Disable and Encore are going to end before the Perish Song kills him. So he has a chance to get back in this. He makes a very good play, but we're going to see if he makes it in a little bit. So he's forced to struggle, does no damage to Gothitelle. I get off a Scald, trying to go for the burn onto the Politoed. I don't want to Scald the Landorus. It sounds dumb, but I don't want to Scald it in case I get like a crit and end up killing it too early. And now I've got like, you know, I want to get a double KO with my Perish Song, really. So I go for my Trick Room here. Unfortunately, Gothitelle gets burned by the Scald, so this Politoed has some very, very hot water because he spurned me twice now. He Scalded me just twice in a row. As you can see, that the Encore ends and he's still got 1 more turn of Perish. So he can actually U-turn his own Politoed to switch out, because my double protect here, very obvious, is all I had to do to get the kill on the Landorus. I double protected, sacking my own Politoed because he could try and U-turn into the Politoed slot, knowing that I'd probably switch out the Politoed into my my Scrafty so that my Politoed doesn't die, but he actually U-turns into the Gothitelle slot. So I'm not entirely sure what my opponent was doing here. He is going to lose both Pokemon. I'm going to lose Politoed, but Gothitelle, Scrafty should be able to clean up when it's just a -1 Mind Shell inside Trick Room, which means I'm going to outspeed it. Fake Out won't kill at -1, so I'm pretty safe here. So the game, yeah, it's pretty much it. I do, again, make a misplay here where I Fake Out the Mind Shell knowing it had inner focus, because this battle lasted about 25 minutes. A lot of in-between turn stuff going on, like my opponent taking forever to choose his moves. So I actually forgot that he had inner focus. But yeah, so if you like the video, guys, remember to give it a thumbs up, follow, favorite, whatever. I don't know, words. And I will see you people in an update video coming out either later today or tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching.